Once upon a time, in a small village in Africa, there lived a very beautiful lady named Amina. Her beauty was renowned far and wide, and her kindness and gentle nature made her beloved by all who knew her. Amina had everything a woman could wish for in a loving husband named Malik, a comfortable home, and a peaceful life. However, there was one thing that cast a shadow over her happiness: she could only give birth to girls. In the village, there was a deep-rooted belief that a woman's worth was tied to her ability to bear sons. Malik, though he loved Amina dearly, faced constant pressure from his family and the villagers to have a son to carry on his lineage. The whispers grew louder with each passing year, and eventually, the pressure became too much. Malik, though reluctantly, took a second wife named Nia, in the hope that she might bear him a son. Nia, however, was not like Amina. She was beautiful, but her heart was filled with bitterness and jealousy. She envied Amina's grace and the love Malik had for her, and though she was welcomed into their home with open arms, Nia harbored a deep resentment toward Amina. As time passed, Nia gave birth to a son, and the entire village rejoiced. Malik was overjoyed, and the celebrations went on for days. But Nia's heart grew darker. She began to plot against Amina, determined to rid herself of the woman she saw as a rival. Nia spread rumors in the village, whispering lies about Amina's daughters, claiming they were cursed and would bring misfortune upon anyone who crossed their path. She poisoned the minds of the villagers, turning them against Amina and her innocent daughters. The once friendly neighbors began to shun them, and soon, Amina found herself isolated, with no one to turn to except her husband. But Nia wasn't satisfied. She wanted more. She wanted Amina out of the way permanently, so she could be the only woman in Malik's life and the only mother to his children. One night, she concocted a plan so wicked that it would change Amina's life forever. Nia laced Amina's food with a deadly poison, hoping to end her life in secret. But Amina's daughters, sensing something was wrong, begged their mother not to eat the food. Amina, trusting her daughters, avoided the meal. When Malik returned home that evening, Nia was furious that her plan had failed. She accused Amina of trying to poison her, turning Malik against his beloved wife. Blinded by Nia's lies and the pressure from the village, Malik banished Amina and her daughters from their home. Heartbroken and betrayed, Amina took her children and left the village, wandering into the wilderness with nowhere to go. But fate had other plans for Amina. As she wandered through the forest, she came upon an old woman, wise and kind, who offered her shelter. The old woman, who was in truth a powerful sorceress, saw the goodness in Amina's heart and the wickedness of Nia's actions. The sorceress took Amina and her daughters under her wing, teaching them the ways of the forest and the secrets of the earth. Over time, Amina's daughters grew into strong, wise women, each possessing gifts that could heal and protect. Amina, too, found strength in her new life, embracing the love of her daughters and the wisdom of the old woman. Meanwhile, back in the village, Nia's true nature began to reveal itself. The son she had born, who was supposed to be the pride of the family, grew up spoiled and cruel, much like his mother. Malik, who had once been blinded by his desire for a son, began to see the consequences of his choices. The village, too, suffered under Nia's manipulations, and soon, what was once a happy community was torn apart by greed and mistrust. Years later, news reached Malik that Amina had become a powerful healer, and that her daughters were revered for their wisdom and strength. Consumed by guilt and regret, Malik sought out Amina, hoping to make amends. When Malik found Amina, he begged for her forgiveness, pleading with her to return to the village and restore the peace that had been lost. Amina, though hurt by the past, was a kind soul and agreed to return, but only on the condition that Nia would face justice for her wicked deeds. When Amina and her daughters returned to the village, the people welcomed them with open arms, having realized the error of their ways. Nia, however, was not so lucky. The villagers, now aware of her treachery, turned against her, and she was banished from the village, never to be seen again. With Nia gone, Amina and her daughters brought healing and prosperity back to the village. Malik, forever grateful, spent the rest of his days trying to make up for the pain he had caused Amina. Though the scars of the past could never be fully erased, Amina found peace in the love of her daughters and the respect of her community. And so, Amina's story became a legend in the village, a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the enduring power of a mother's love. What an amazing story! Thank you once again for the support. Till next story, goodbye.